Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is PD Proudlock. I'm here with a video, and that is going to be analysing our business in the January transfer window. So I'm going to talk about things like, was it a good transfer window? Would I like to see more players come through the door? I'll talk about the signings that we did make as well, and what do I think of them. And also, I'm going to talk about towards the end of the video about the new 25-man squad that's now been submitted. So there you are. So I'm going to start off with, do I think it's been a good January transfer window for Newcastle United? Yes, I really think it has. Previously, under Mike Ashley, normally it would be not spend a penny, maybe a loan signing or two, or we're possibly selling one of our best players as well. And with this new ownership that we've got, Eddie Howe knew that the current squad was not good enough. He needed new players in through the door, and he's got majority of them that he really needed massively. So there you are. So I would rate the January transfer window about an 8 out of 10. I mean, we know that some deals didn't happen that could have. Of course, the Ekatike deal that unfortunately collapsed on deadline day. A fee was agreed with his club, but unfortunately it was the player himself that turned down the move. He just thought maybe not yet, which okay is fair enough, because it's all down to the player as well if he wants to move to the club as well. So there you are. The Lingard deal, I thought that should have happened in my opinion, but Manchester United decided to come out and say that he was now staying at Man United, which is very strange because he's not getting played. And if he's not getting played, how's he going to get selected for England in this upcoming World Cup? I mean, you look at him last season on loan at West Ham, a loan move would have done him a world of good again. Is it because Man United decided to not let him go out this time because Van der Beek's gone out on loan, or possibly because Mason Greenwood's football career is pretty much coming to an end now? I don't know. But I think that would have been a really good signing to bring him in, who is really got Premier League experience in him. So, but never mind. But overall, I said I'm really delighted with the business we did in the January transfer window. So let's talk about the signings we did make in the January transfer window. So let's start off with our first signing that we made, and that was Kieran Tripp. Yeah, we signed him from Atletico Madrid for around about £15 million. And this has been a very good buy. It has been really good to bring him to the football club. 50 million to me now is an absolute steal these days. And he's definitely looking to prove himself to be a captain of this football club. He looks like he's a leader on that pitch already. He's not afraid to get into players if they're not performing, which is good. Considering our current captain doesn't like to do that now, which I don't know why. But Kieran Trippier is not afraid to do that. He can certainly defend, get down the flanks, get across in the box, take a set piece as well. And that's what I really like about him. And he certainly does not play like a 31-year-old. Absolutely no chance. You look at him thinking he's still got a canny few years left in him, you would say, definitely. And it's a position we needed sorting out as well, that right-back spot. Because we've only got Mankior, and Kraft is just, don't get me started on him. I've said so many times how shocking he is, so there you are. Now, the second signing, and that was Chris Wood. And of course, we signed him from Burnley for around about £25 million. Now, at first, was he my first choice of bringing a new striker into the football club? No. But as I mentioned, I can understand why we wanted to bring him to the football club. He has got Premier League experience because, of course, he's done it playing for Burnley, and he can't score goals. He hasn't scored any yet, but that is because he's not had any service, pretty much. So that has been the downfall so far. But do I think a goal will come from him very soon? Yes, I think it will, if we get service into him. And that's what we really need to provide him with, definitely. So there you are. He has, holder play has been a little bit sloppy, but I think he will get better. And hopefully the new signings that were made as well can really give him a bit of a boost as well if they get the ball into him. or give him service, things like that. And that could really, really develop his confidence, Chris would. So yeah, as I mentioned, again, it wasn't my first choice as bringing a new striker in, but do you know what? He brings Premier League experience, so I am quite happy. I think a goal will come from him very, very soon if we provide service to him. So, there. So, next signing we made, and of course, he was announced day before January transfer window, but of course the fee was agreed with a few days before that. And this one, I'm really looking forward to seeing him in action. I know he hasn't played in the Premier League yet, but we signed him from Lyon, and that is Bruno Gimmerash. Now, that was for around about £33 million, including add-ons, which could rise to around about 40 million. And again, as I mentioned, I really cannot wait to see him in action. I mean, I've seen clips of him. He's certainly skillful on the ball. He could certainly pick passes out. And he's a defensive midfielder as well. Our midfield has really, really not been at one of our strongest points as well this season as well. And to bring someone him into the football club is really, really good. I mean, it's just some of our midfielders have just not shone at all this season. They just really, really haven't. I know Willock hasn't. Sean Longstaff's really had a lot of nightmare games this season as well. I don't think Hayden's been at his best, plus he's out injured at the moment, and from what I've heard, he could be out for the rest of the season as well. So again, it was really, really understandable to look for a new midfielder, and he ticks the boxes. I know, as I mentioned, he hasn't played in the Premier League yet, but I've got the feeling he could really do a job in that area as well. See the things he managed to do when he was playing for Lyon as well. Brazilian international as well, as being on duty as well. And I think I've seen the stats in the previous game, and I've got to say they look good. They really, really look good indeed. So absolutely delighted we brought Bruno Gimmerash into the football club. Definitely. And hope he starts on Tuesday night against Everton. The next signing that we made, and it was a loan signing, and that was the Aston Villa left-back Matt Targett. And again, I would say this was a position we needed to sort out as well. We did have Lewis out injured, and unfortunately, he's now not been included in the 25-man squad. Dummett, I just don't think he's got the pace there anymore. I must admit, Matt Ritchie, it certainly wasn't working for him there. So again, it's really understandable to bring a new left back into the football club. As I mentioned, it's only a loan, but we could see it could be something could be in the deal to say we could get him on a permanent deal. And I think Matt Targett is a very decent left back. I must say, he's really looking forward to the challenge as well. And I think he's in line to make his debut on Tuesday night as well against Everton. I really, really think he will be in that start lineup as well. And I'm really, really looking forward to see what he can do. Could certainly get up the flanks, get a cross in. I could certainly put a tackle in as well, definitely. So, and you could tell he's really looking forward to it, as I mentioned. And that's really, really good for him to come out and say that. To say he's looking forward for the challenge on Tuesday night, because at Villa he has lost his spot now since Villa brought Digne in from Everton as well. So Matt Targett, I am really looking forward to see him on Tuesday night, definitely. And of course, the last player that we brought in the transfer window, of course, the fee was agreed the day before deadline day, signed going pretty much towards the end of deadline day, and that is Dan Burn. And that's the centre-back we signed from Brighton for around about £30 million. At first, we had two bids rejected. First within 7 million. And the second offer of 10 million was then rejected, but Newcastle came in with a bit of a high offer for around about £13 million. And then Brighton decided you know what, yeah, we'll accept that. That's a pretty good offer. And of course, again, what do I make of us signing Dan Burn? I think it's a really good signing as well. I've seen him play for Brighton, and I think I've rated him as well. He could certainly put tackles in. I've seen his stats so far, and they look really, really decent as well. And again, this is a position we've needed sorting out as well. Again, because our defending has been so shoddy this season. We've had 2 clean sheets all season. We've leaked in so many goals. Our goal difference is -20 in the -20s. And that's terrible. That is terrible. And to bring someone like Dan Burn in, who has got Premier League experience, is good. Very tall lad as well. So he could be definitely wanting to make sure he heads balls out to get rid of them. Things like that. As well, of course, we knew we missed out a couple of targets in that position. We missed out on Sven Botman and Diego Carlos. But there's a chance we could go for them in the summer, possibly. So Dan Burn, I'm really delighted. He's a local lad as well, and you warm to it. It really, really, you look at that and think, and that's what I like about bringing this lad to the football club as well. Of course, there was Brighton fans who were really, really good to see him leave as well. They wish him all the best as well, and I think he should be in line to make his debut on Tuesday night as well. We've brought him in. He goes in there, but who do you put him alongside him? That is the thing. Is it going to be Fabian Schär? Is it going to be our captain Jamal Lewis? We'll wait and see. But again, I'm really delighted, and overall, I'm really, really delighted with our business we did in the January transfer window, as well. Now, let's get on to the last part, and that is the resubmitted 25-man squad, and 3 players have officially been left out. And these are the ones that have been left out. Kieran Clark, Jamal Lewis, and Isaac Hayden. What do I think about those 3 being left out? Kieran Clark was the right decision for me. He's been a liability all season. He's cost us points left, right, and centre. 2 red cards. The one against Norwich and the other one in a friendly. I mean, how way... Not to mention his performance against Man City, let the ball just watching the ball go over his head, and that's made Eddie Howe come to a decision to not select him throughout the rest of this season, which is good. And I've got the really good feeling now that he will definitely be away in the summer as well, definitely. Jamal Lewis, I must admit, I am quite disappointed. He's not in... that he got left out of the 25-man squad, I must admit. I thought there could have been there was potential from him. I really would have thought. I really, really thought there would have been. Was technically Bruce under Steve Bruce, but I'm thinking new manager, Eddie Howe, and I thought he started to come on pretty good when Eddie Howe was starting to play him. So I am disappointed he's not been involved. There's other players that are worse than him that should have been left out as well. But it is what it is, I suppose. And of course, the other player, and that is Isaac Hayden, and I can understand why he has also been left out of the 25-man squad, because he's out with a knee injury. And as I mentioned before, he could be out for the rest of the season now, by the looks of it. So there you are. That is what I think of our January transfer business that we've done. As I mentioned, I'm really pleased we've done it. A little disappointed we missed out on some of the players that we should have brought in. And, of course, the new 25-man squad that's been resubmitted. Let me know down, as always, guy, in the comments section. Were you happy with our January transfer business? Are you also happy with the new 25-man squad that's now been resubmitted? Let me know, as always. Make sure tomorrow at 8 o'clock, it is Paddy's Football Live Show. We've got quite a few things to talk about. So again, rediscuss our January transfer business as well. The game against Everton on Tuesday night. That's going to be, I can't wait for that game now. I really, really can't. Discussing Frank Lampard is now in charge of them as well. We'll keep an eye out on the Burnley-Watford game, because that game kicks off tomorrow night as well. And another thing we are going to discuss, yes, West Brom have now officially announced Steve Bruce is their new manager. So feel free. So tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m. on the channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like. Drop your comments in as well. And of course, if you haven't checked me out before, please do hit that subscribe button. We're on the way to hitting 1,500 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button. I really, really appreciate it if you could do that. I shall catch us all later. Take care. And again, were you happy with the January transfer window? And are you now also happy with the new 25-man squad that has been submitted?